Hi viewers, welcome to Shaker's Bio Factory for NEET. If you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notification. In this video, I am going to explain one of the topic in photosynthesis in higher plants. It is introduction along with earlier experiments on photosynthesis. Green plants have a nature to perform photosynthesis, and this photosynthesis is considered as physico-chemical process. In this, the light energy is useful for the synthesis of complex organic compounds like carbohydrates. In this photosynthesis process, the energy from sun, it is useful to convert this sunlight energy into chemical energy. And all living organisms present on earth, these are dependent on sunlight either directly or indirectly. And the use of energy from sunlight by plants are utilized for photosynthesis, and it is considered as a basic process for life or present on earth. Photosynthesis is an anabolic and endergonic energy requiring process, along with it is a oxidoreduction process. The photosynthesis is considered as basic process for life because of two reasons. In this, the photosynthesis, it provides and acts as a primary source of all food present on earth. Along with this, during photosynthesis, oxygen is released into atmosphere as a byproduct, and it enrich the percentage of oxygen in atmosphere. Because of these two reasons, photosynthesis is considered as a basic reaction useful for living organisms present on earth. The photosynthesis, it is helpful to convert the radiant energy into chemical energy. At this time, the entire biological system, and more specifically chloroplast, is useful to carry out photosynthesis process. And a simple equation, it represents the entire process of photosynthesis. In this, 6CO2 plus 12H2O, it is giving rise to C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. It occur in the presence of light and chlorophyll. Some simple experiments which are previously done in your earlier classes are useful to understand the role of chlorophyll pigments, light and CO2 in photosynthesis. In this, the first experiment is experiment 1. In this experiment, by taking two leaves present on plants, and in these two leaves, one leaf is directly exposed to sunlight, and other leaf, it is just covered with a black paper, and then it is exposed to light for few hours. And after this, that these two leaves are taken and subjected to iodine test for the presence of starch. In this, the leaf which is exposed to sunlight directly, it shows positive result for the presence of starch with a blue-black color. But another leaf which is partially covered with black paper, and where black paper is present, this part only shows yellow color, and it is a negative result for starch, and remaining portion which exposed to light, it shows blue black color that indicates the presence of starch. In this way, the part which is covered with black paper, it gives negative result for starch presence. And this experiment, it is useful to explain the importance of light in photosynthesis. Along with this, experiment 2, it is called Moll's half-leaf experiment. In this experiment, by taking a plant having more number of leaves, a part of leaf, it was enclosed in a test tube or beaker. This beaker consists of KOH solution, and this KOH solution have a nature to absorb carbon dioxide present in its surrounding. And in this, half of the leaf is inserted into beaker and the remaining half of the leaf it is exposed to air. So the leaf having two halves, and after few hours the entire leaf is subjected to iodine test for starch presence. At this time, the leaf which is inserted into beaker, this portion not gets carbon dioxide sufficiently due to having of KOH solution, and this part it gives negative result for starch presence. But the remaining portion of the leaf which is exposed to outside or carbon dioxide, this part only it gives positive result for starch presence. In this way, the half of the leaf which gets carbon dioxide sufficiently, that leaf part can perform photosynthesis and synthesis starch. And this experiment it helps to explain the importance of carbon dioxide in photosynthesis, because the entire leaf it gets sufficient amount of sunlight, but half of the leaf which is inserted into beaker, this part only not gets carbon dioxide, so that it gives negative result. The remaining half of the leaf which is exposed to carbon dioxide, it this part only gives positive result for starch. Along with this, some earlier experiments conducted by various scientists are useful to understand the process of photosynthesis and its importance. In this, several experiments are done to understand the entire process of photosynthesis. In this, the first experiment is Joseph Priestley experiment. So Joseph Priestley, in between 1733 to 1804, and in 1770 year he performed a series of experiments that revealed that essential of air in growth of green plants. In this experiment, he done an experiment. In this, Priestley observed that candle burning inside a closed space and a bell jar is soon get extincted. And after that, by taking a mouse inside of this closed space, this mouse also die due to suffocation in closed space. And he concluded that both the burning candle and the mouse damage the air present in its surrounding, and this air can be utilized by it. When a mint plant it was placed in the small bell jar inside of this closed space, and after a few minutes the mouse stayed alive and candle continued to burn. With this experiment, Joseph Priestley he concluded that the plants restores the air whatever the breathing of mouse and burning candle remove. And next experiment conducted by John Ingenhousz. John Ingenhousz, in between 1730 to 1799, through his experiment shown that sunlight is essential for plant processes. In this, in his experiment with the help of an aquatic plant, it is called hydrilla, he showed that in bright sunlight only small bubbles are formed around the green part of the leaf or plant, but these bubbles are not found in dark. So with this experiment he identified that the bubbles are nothing but oxygen. The oxygen released from plant only in the presence of sunlight. And he shown that the presence of sunlight it is the only the green parts of plant can release oxygen by performing photosynthesis. And next experiment conducted by Julius von Sachs in 1854. Julius von Sachs he found that green part in plants is where glucose is made, and glucose is usually stored in the form of starch. It is the explanation given by Julius von Sachs. And he shown that green substances are nothing but chlorophyll pigments present in plant are localized in a specialized body now we can call it is as chloroplast present in plant cell. According to Julius von Sachs, the starch is synthesized in chloroplast with the help of chlorophyll pigment, and this specialized body now we can call it is as chloroplast as a cell organelle in plant cell. The next experiment conducted by T.W. Engelmann in between 1843 to 1909. T.W. Engelmann, he done an experiment with the help of Cladophora. It is an algae, and he used prism, and with the help of prism he splitted the light into different colors depending upon its wavelength. Along with this, he illuminated a green algae. It is Cladophora or Spirogyra. So Cladophora or Spirogyra, it is placed in a suspension of aerobic bacteria. So Cladophora or Spirogyra is taken in the presence of different colored light with a different wavelength along with aerobic bacteria. And the bacteria are used to detect where oxygen is evolved, because aerobic bacteria need oxygen. Where oxygen is released more, there only these aerobic bacteria are accumulated, and this accumulation can be seen in the presence of blue color and red color light more. And with this experiment, he concluded that the green algae, it perform more photosynthesis in the presence of blue color light and in the presence of red color light, and releases oxygen. Whenever more oxygen is released in between this blue and red color, there only aerobic bacteria are accumulated. And a first action spectrum of photosynthesis, it was described, and it is resembled through the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B pigments. The middle of the 19th century, some of the key features of plant photosynthesis are identified, and namely that plants could use light energy for making of carbohydrates from carbon dioxide and water. And one simple equation which represents the total process of photosynthesis for oxygen evolving organism is given in this. CO2 plus H2O is giving rise to CH2O plus O2 in the presence of sunlight. In this CH2O, it represents carbohydrates, and depending upon the number of carbons in these, we can call it is as glucose or another carbohydrates, but glucose consists of 6 carbons and it is a 6 carbon sugar. The next experiment was conducted by Cornelius von Neil in between 1897 to 1985. A milestone contribution to understanding the process of photosynthesis that made by a microbiologist called Cornelius von Neil. So based on his studies on purple and green bacteria, he demonstrated that the photosynthesis is an essentially light dependent reaction. In this reaction, hydrogen from a suitable oxidizable compound, it reduces carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. In this, by taking 2H2A plus CO2 is giving rise to 2A plus CH2O plus H2O. With this reaction, he identified from where oxygen is released, and in this process, so in green plants, H2O, it acts as a hydrogen donor and it is oxidized to release oxygen. But in some organisms, the oxygen is not released during photosynthesis, because if H2S acts as a hydrogen donor for purple and green sulfur bacteria, the oxidation product is sulfur. So that sulfur is released depending upon the organism, but oxygen not released in this process because H2S acts as a hydrogen donor and sulfur gas is released. So based on this, he concluded that oxygen evolved by green plants. It is came from H2O only, not from carbon dioxide. And later, this process is proved by using radioisotope technique. Rubin and Common et al. By using heavy but non-radioactive stable isotopes of oxygen in the form of O18, they proved that oxygen is evolved during light reaction. It is came from H2O but not from carbon dioxide. And the entire process of photosynthesis can be represented with a formula. It is 6CO2 plus 12H2O is giving rise to C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. O2 released into atmosphere. It is came from water only. But the entire process of photosynthesis not occur in this simple way because it is a multi-step and complex reaction. In this reaction, C6H12O6, it represents glucose, and the oxygen which is released in this reaction, it is came from water only. These are the various earlier experiments conducted by different scientists to understand the mechanism of photosynthesis. Thanks for watching.